Hi, guys. My name is Jay Toole, and you just saw me in that great video with my fellow Stonewall vets. And in case you forgot, I am 71 years old. I'm a badass super butch, a Stonewall survivor. I'm an elder, and I'm a fighter. I fought my whole life as an out butch. My whole friggin' life. I'm trying not to curse. And not just at Stonewall that night in '69. It was every day. Back then, any place we went was a danger zone. You know, if you were queer, anywhere you went in the village or anywhere you went in New York City was dangerous for us. In the '60s, I was in my teens and living on the streets. I was homeless. In those days, butches and femmes, I don't know if anybody here remembers the early '60s. I know my elders back in the corner do. But butches and femmes, all we had to do was say, "I'll meet you at Whalen's drugstore," right? I guess no one knows where that was. That was H Street, 6th Avenue, across the street from the women's house of detention, the prison for women. But it was it's where we all met, but it was also a really dangerous place. It was a target. Guys from out of New York City would drive in, get out of their cars, beat the hell out of us. And, we tried fighting back, but these were big guys, and we were kids. This was '62, '63, '64, and I don't know where I am. So after they'd beat us up, either we went to jail, because they'd let the guys go all the time, and we'd go to jail or we'd go into the hospitals, but when we got out of these places, we went back to that same fucking... If I offended, I'm still street, I'm still corner, and I speak like that, and if I offended anybody, I'm truly sorry, I just can't help it. But we went right back to Whalen's drugstore, because that was ours, that was our space. Back then, you could get arrested for anything. If you were queer, you can be arrested for anything. It could be not having the 3 articles of male or female clothing on, with not having the 3 articles on. I've been arrested a lot for that in the '60s, because I didn't have 3 articles of female clothing on, and the boys out there were arrested for not having 3 articles of male clothing on. And just did a lot of time for that, And you can be arrested for anything, for where you hung out, and definitely who we loved. We could be arrested for that, for who we loved. My life hasn't been easy. I didn't think I'd make it out of my teens, but nearly 6 decades later, I'm still fucking here. And I'm 71 years old. Wait for it. I feel like I'm 15 again. And I'll tell you why. After 55 years of being apart, the love of my life, we have reunited this summer. 55 years I waited for her. I feel amazing about this shit, and I'm sorry. It's like, and I'm up here because, in large part because of SAGE. SAGE saved my life. I mean, look at me. Come on, look at me. Some folks don't know whether to call me Mr., Miss, Ma'am, and I don't care. It doesn't bother me. What bothered me was my health. I hated going to doctors, I just hated it because I felt like I was judged all the time, walking in the way I have that butch swagger, and I just felt uncomfortable with doctors, and then, so I never went, and I got real sick, and went to SAGE, and my amazing, where is she? Case manager, Jane. Jane, where are you? She fucking hooked me up with lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, gender nonconforming, two-spirit, intersex, non-binary, asexual, kink, medical professionals that understood who I was, you know? I had to get that all out. So now I feel okay going to my appointments, you know, I'm healthier. And Jane also calls me to check up on me, but I like it best when she just calls up and says, Jay, how the hell are you? Are you doing all right? She just calls me out of the blue, you know? And I love that about SAGE, and I love that about Jane. I also got help with housing. I applied to move into SAGE's housing facilities opening up in a few months. Yeah. Yeah! I'm thrilled also that this housing is happening today. It's great. I can't tell you what it means. I'm trying to read this shit. I'm sorry. Look at that one. I can't tell you what it means to have a space that is meant for me and people like me and like you. You're gonna be my age soon, you know. You're gonna need this shit. I was homeless for almost 30 years, guys. You know, 30 years since I was 13, being thrown out of my house for being queer. Back then, I had a little chosen family, all queer kids. We were all kids, 12, 13, 14, and we all lived in Washington Square Park. You know, we slept wherever we could. If you would have told me or them back then that there would be apartments, no buildings for us, it might have given us some hope back then. You know, a lot more people probably would be alive today. You know, if we had that dream, if we had that future to foresee that there was something out there for us. So let's honor Stonewall. Let's honor Stonewall. But let's think about the future. Because this room, you guys, you're the future. The way folks are gathering now reminds me of the 60s. Stacy was talking about moments, and somebody was talking about moments in time. You know, in 1969, June 28th, there was a moment in time where we all fucking came together. You know, all communities came together, and that's what you guys are doing now tonight. We're all in the same community. We're all coming together. And I have lost myself again, because I go off. To recognize the importance, well, okay. In this beautiful room, we are all coming together to recognize the importance of LGBT elders within the community. And most importantly, support SAGE's life-saving work. I had it right the first time. Because it saved my life. You know, and it could save your life when you get old. Not that I'm old, but, you know, we're all gonna be those ages, man, and we need places like this. You know, there was nothing back then, and we don't wanna go back to that shit. So I don't care whether you're queer, straight, what color you are, or how old you are. Everyone in this room is community. We're in this together. Can I say that again? We're in this together, all of us. You are the children of Stonewall. And we need to ask ourselves, as Stacy did earlier, what do we look like now? I look pretty good, but. And what will we look like 50 years from now? You know, I'm ready for a more inclusive movement. Are you? You better be, or you're in the wrong room. So I refuse to be invisible. I refuse to deny who the fuck I am, because this is me. Thank you all. So I'm gonna go off script for a few minutes. Yeah. You ready? So Stacy was saying, what do we do now? You know, what are we going to do about this? about things changing. And as she was talking, it was just, do we need another Stonewall? Should we all stand up and fight? I heard my friend, the Reverend, back there. We need to fight this. In the 60s, we couldn't get fucking jobs. We couldn't get apartments. And now we have jobs and we have apartments and they want to take it away again. We can't let that happen. That's all I have to say on that part. Also, the night of Stonewall, there were trans people out there. There were people of color out there. And I want you to all recognize that. It wasn't just a bunch of white people that started this shit. It was all of us together. One more thing. The people that came to give us our food and our drinks, give it up for them, because they're fucking amazing tonight. Anyway, I thank yous. I love yous. This is my community. I love SAGE. You have little cards on your tables, I think. If you gave money already, give some fucking more. They take change.
Jay Toole. Jay Toole.